Okay, so what we're going to cover today, we're going to look at virtual PD. And if you've done a session with anyone in ILE before, you've probably seen these, so we'll go over it pretty quickly. We're going to look briefly at what is Cami, how Cami and Classroom integrate, and then looking at some tips and tricks for using Cami in your classroom. And like I said, we'll try to be done at or before 9 o'clock today. So for virtual PD, know that it's still new. I know we're quite a ways into the school year, but really this is the first year we've done this kind of PD. So please give yourself grace. Choose the method that works best for you. If you want to just watch, know that this is recorded. You can always come back to it. If you want to take notes or participate, please feel free. You can use the chat. We do have Dr. Chan monitoring chat. You can use the Q&A. Because it's such a small group, if you want to just unmute and ask questions, please, jump in at any time. Don't feel like you're going to cut me off or interrupt me. That's all good. Just cut in. And know that we're developing empathy for our students. So this is what they go through every day. This is kind of our way to see what their world is like. So it looks like of those who answered the poll when we started, everyone has used it before. And we have some pretty experienced users, so I'll make this part really quick. So Cami is an online document annotation tool. It lets you annotate PDFs and now images actually. So what you can do is you can kind of edit most basic form. It's complete a digital worksheet. You can share comments directly on that work. You can sign documents, which is amazing now that we're not actually in person. You can just send documents back and forth. You can actually customize PDFs right now too. So instead of having a 10-page document, you tell your kids, look at page 5. You can actually cut out everything but page 5 and just show them that. And if you needed to access the screen capture extension, the button on the slide here, or Dr. Cami just put it in chat, you will need that if you want to do the screen capture feature within Cami. Okay, so if we wanted to look at it together, oh, you guys can't actually see my whole screen real quick. So let me change the way I'm sharing. And then we'll walk through how to get to Cami. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen now. If you look up on the right, you see this little toolbar next to the URL address bar. If you click on that circle with the K, it'll take you out to Cami. And if you don't see the circle with the K, try clicking on the puzzle piece. You might have it hidden in here and not have the pin pushed. So I use Cami a lot, so I made sure I pinned it to my extension bar. If you don't see that, you can try clicking the pin and it will always live up here. But when you click that circle with the K, it'll take you out to a page that looks like this. And then what you can do here is you can open something from your drive. OneDrive is the Microsoft version, so we won't use that. Open something from your computer, create a Google Classroom assignment, or create a blank page. And then down here, they have a whole bunch of options for things you've opened recently. So I'm just going to start with a blank page to give you guys a quick tour of the tools. Okay, so over here on the left, we have select, so it just lets you click on things. There's dictionary, so it'll define words for you. Text to speech, it'll actually read stuff out loud. Markup is the highlighting piece or underlining strike through. Comment, you have text, voice, video, or screen capture. So you can actually leave feedback on whatever's on this document. You can add text, equations, a drawing. You can add shapes. You can erase stuff. You can insert media. So up here, you can just pick a file from your computer. You can pick a file from Google Drive. You can actually search Google for an image. You can add a YouTube video. And here you can add stickers. So just kind of a little fun thing. These are pre-made Cami stickers. If you want to give quick feedback, just click and drop. Hey, super job. That looks great. And then you can add a signature as well. A little tip, if you need a custom sticker, you can upload an image here and it'll kind of look like this. So let's say this is the music first custom sticker I want to add. You can do insert, and now you can have custom stickers. So I've seen people do this with their Bitmojis and have it as feedback for their kids that way. All right, so that was our quick tour. I just heard something change. There's a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Because I'm teaching math. Many times I need to use the symbol, equation, the fraction, but I don't know why. I click the pi and I see everything there, but I cannot insert. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay. So try having a text box first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I wonder if we go to equation.
Okay. Yeah, it's not there. I don't know. Oh.
So what I did is I clicked on equation
Mm-hmm.
and then clicked on the symbol I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it goes into that green area, when I clicked there,
mm-hmm.
it lets you add it right here. Like it creates its own little text box. And then you can click through and add what you like. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So that's why it's a big problem. Every day I think, oh my God, I need to use the handwriting, X square, Y square. Ugh, crazy.
Very quickly, I'm gonna actually ask another question because I teach in Spanish and I wanted, I'm new to this. I've never used this before except now because of my attendance and all that. That's why I'm familiar with some of the stuff. But does it have special characters like the accents and stuff like that? Would I be able to use it or no?
That is a great question. I'm not actually sure. Do you know how to do them on your regular keyboard?
Yes.
So how would I type like an NA or an accent? Do you know?
Okay, you would have to go like the Alt 164, for example. That's the NA. Alt, any Alt 161. That's like the I with the accent. 160 A with the accent.
Okay, so it looks like you should be able to, but I'm just doing it from my keyboard. So it looks like you'll type it the same way you type it.
The same way. Okay, great.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be the same one.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so that was the quick, like, how do you get to Cami? And if that's not working, you can always go camiapp.com. This is just a quicker way if you click on the little Cami icon. Okay, so typically you'll use Cami with your students via Google Classroom. So I made just a sample PD classroom. The join code is 7HJYOOG. And it looks like Dr. Chan just put that in chat if you guys want to copy it and paste it into Classroom. But there is an assignment called, I think it's called Do This One First, Please. Very creative, I know. But that one will just allow you to kind of experience it as a student and practice marking up a document, adding comments. So if you wouldn't mind, take about 5 minutes, go ahead, join that classroom, get into that document and just play for a few minutes. And if you guys have any questions or you get stuck, please by all means let me know. I just want to make sure I give you time to see it as a student as well.
I'm stuck. I have no idea what to do here.
No worries. So I will walk you through it.
Okay.
So what I did, actually I'm going to spend time on my phone. Okay, so what I did is I would go over here and I'd go classroom.google.com.
Okay. Okay, so you want me to do that? Okay, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. And then,
okay.
Sorry, my stuff goes extremely slow if I'm on a meet. I apologize.
That's okay.
And then click the plus up here at the top.
I'm sorry, click the
plus icon.
Oh, okay, to open a new tab. Okay.
Not a new tab, the plus within Google Classroom to join a class.
So I'll go to my Google Classroom and then click. Well, what is
the
it?
plus icon.
Oh, the plus. Okay, I see the plus. Okay.
Okay.
And then join class.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And put in the code that you gave us. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it should take you to
code 7
PD sample.
No, the code. What is the code?
7HJ
7HJ
YOOG.
YOOG. Okay. Well, okay. I'll join.
Okay, I got it. I'm there. Thank you.
And then on the classwork tab, you should see the one called, again, I think it's do this one first, please. Yeah.
Very simple.
And then it's just a chance for you to play around in Cami.
Okay, great.
Okay. One first. Yeah. The one first, please.
Jessica, which one should I click on in Classroom? I know the do this one first, but after I get there, which one?
Oh, I see. Let me go back. Because it's 3 different buttons, huh?
I see one with my name, PDF.
So if you click open with Cami, it'll open your own copy in a new tab. If you click the one that has your name, it'll take you through an additional step, but either one will work.
Okay, thank you.
So actually that brings up a good point, and we'll touch on this a little bit later.
Okay,
but when your students come into Classroom, they'll see something like this as well. So they can click on this one, living and non-living PDF via Cami. And that's kind of just the regular, like if you did a doc, that's how they'd access their doc, or a slide, that's how they would access slides. And it will take them through an additional step where they have to click open with Cami. If they click directly on open with Cami, it bypasses that step. So both work, it's just a little shorter if they click open with Cami. And then once you're in, it should look like this, just a little living and non-living example. Again, it's just a chance for you guys to kind of play around and see how the tools work and add a comment, just kind of test stuff out. We got about another minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, this one is synchronous.
Choir. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the students can I see the students, their work?
Can you see your students' work?
Yeah.
So
right now, is it? That means synchronous.
Yeah. So let me see. Barbara, I see yours. Is it okay if I pull your work up and just show them what it looks like?
Yes,
in
that's
real
fine.
time? Okay,
Go ahead.
thank you. So I'm assuming Barbara hasn't turned it in yet because it was just assigned, minutes ago. So as a teacher, this is what you would see.
So Jessica, while you're using mine, I can't type on it? No?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay.
Because I'm just looking in. I'm not doing anything to it. Oh yeah, I can see you added an X right here.
So
okay.
This is my work? No, wait.
This is Barbara's.
Oh. So that means the teacher can watch the students, their progress, right?
Yep. Like I just saw her put another X right here.
Okay,
notice she hasn't turned it in. It has not been turned into me, but I can still see she's making progress on the document because I can see these little things pop up. Oh, there's one right there, non-living. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you can actually come in here and you can erase all of your own annotations. So notice how all the stuff that I did disappeared. If I click on my initials, they come back. If I click on Barbara's initials, Barbara's work disappears. If I click on it, it comes back. So if you have kids working in a group, you can actually select or deselect individuals and see, okay, what did you actually contribute to this? So it'll tag it by who did what work. And that was just by clicking. So that was by clicking on these two icons down here. One with my initials erases all my annotations. Well, not erases, just filters them out. And if I click, they come back. And then if I click on Barbara's initials, her work goes away. And if I click on it, it comes back. Just that way you can see kind of who did what, if it's a group project, not just, oh, cool, it's done. I don't know who did what.
That's interesting. That's good.
Yeah, my question here is, before students submit their work, can I see their instantly? That's live. Yeah, the students interact with me.
Can you see how they interact?
Yeah.
Oh, like, can you leave them a comment to say, oh, nice job, but try it like this instead?
Now I say immediately. Can I give the comments and then I get a feedback from them?
Sure. So let me try this. Let me do a text comment. Oops. Okay, so I just wrote a comment to Barbara, said great job. Again, she hasn't turned it in. So Barbara, can you just let us know when you see that?
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm looking at what you're doing as well because I had another question.
Okay.
Could you show me, because sometimes I can erase and sometimes I can't. How do you, would you show me the technique for erasing?
Are you talking about if it's your own document or if it's
my
a document?
If it's my document, how do I erase a mistake?
If it's yours, you can click on select. Then you can highlight something and you can click the trash can. If it's a text box, you double click. Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Click one time, it looks like, and then you can just use the backspace and delete button. Did that work?
Yes, but isn't there an eraser in there somewhere? Or maybe.
Yeah, it is there.
How do I use that?
Drawing something.
That one is for, let's see, drawings and shapes. So if I take my eraser for drawings and shapes, it erases it, or I can do all annotations. And then if I click on them, they disappear.
So then the eraser can't erase anything, a text.
Well, it can. If you go to eraser and you click all annotations. And then you click on the text box, it erases it. But if you're on drawings and shapes, it won't erase anything except drawings or shapes.
But for the text, can I erase, say, one letter or one word and not the entire text?
Whoops, my typing is a little off this morning. So if I'm on this and I messed up the word test, I can just click right there and delete it like it's a regular, like a document or slides or anything.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think I was making it more complicated than what it is.
That's okay. So I'm curious, were you able to see this comment pop up on your work?
Oh, let me go back to where I was.
Because I'm not sure who asked. I can't see you guys right now the way I have my screen set up, but I think it should be live, like within a couple of seconds. It should pop up and give feedback whether they've turned the work in or not.
Yes, I can see it, Jessica.
Okay.
And where did you go? Let me go back to what you're doing. Where did you go to make the comment?
Over here on the left where it says comment, and then I just did text. But I think if you click over here, you can write a reply too.
Okay.
Like in that same section. And Maria, I see you're asking about the upside down question mark or exclamation. Yes, I'll just have to figure out how to do that on my keyboard. If you give me a second, I will play with it and see if I can figure it out. Dr. Chan, by any chance, do you know how to do an exclamation or upside down question mark on a Mac? Or Maria, do you know how to do it on a Mac? I've never had to use those, I'm sorry.
But I did find a keyboard that you can copy and paste from, like an online keyboard. So let me drop the link in the chat to that, because maybe you can copy and paste from there.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, because I do Alt and 173 for exclamation point.
Okay.
And then for the question mark, I do Alt 168.
Okay, let me see.
I feel bad taking everybody else's time. If you want, you can just tell me later. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll look into it and I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Okay, so, like I said, I'm not sure because I can't see you guys. I don't know who asked about the feedback, but does that answer your question of if you can give real-time feedback before kids have turned work in?
Yeah, right now, okay, so because every day I'm using Cami, but I don't use the Cami assignments. So let me think about how do I get in. So from my Google Classroom, I assign students with the Cami assignments, and then I'm gonna have the class code, and I give the class code to students, and then students can log on the Cami. Am I right?
Not exactly. Have you used Classroom before with your students?
Yeah, I use but I don't use the Cami assignments for Google Classroom.
That's okay. So I'll show you how to do it, but it'll be almost exactly how you've used it before, just by clicking the Cami assignment option. So it should be the exact same process minus one click.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, I'm stuck on how to put my comment in, the voice comment.
Okay, and we'll go over that in just a second.
So do you want?
We're gonna look at that. Sorry, Barbara, go ahead.
Do you want me to turn in my assignment then? Without doing that, or just wait?
That's up to you.
I'll wait because I want to know how to do it.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Of course. So if we're looking at how to assign something to students,
yeah,
go back to classwork.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm there. Silly Jessie.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot I clicked on that. So you go create. And then Cami assignment.
Okay.
Okay, so here it's essentially the same as you would create a regular assignment in Classroom. Which class are you assigning it for? What students do you want to give it to? So notice you can actually go through and pick individual people.
Oh, okay.
And then are you going to publish it, or do you want it to be a draft? So maybe you're not ready to assign it quite yet.
Okay.
So this is my test on 2/25, 8 a.m. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Here's some points, whatever you decide. Due date, whatever you decide. Scheduled time, I'm fine if it goes out now.
Yeah.
Do you want it to go into a topic? So all that's pretty much the same.
Oh.
Here is where you would click what document you're looking for.
Okay.
So you can search your whole drive. You can add a file that way, whatever you like. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna have a picture of my family. Send Cami instructions. You might send Cami instructions the first time or two, but after that, your kids probably will have got the hang of it, so you might not need those anymore.
Okay.
And then add links to open with Cami. That's what I had you guys see. So you had those three options. I put in the Cami instructions. There was the open with Cami button, or there was the regular, like, untitled drawing, and then you click here and it opens. You have the option here if you want it to be individual copies for kids, which is what they recommend, so that's the default option. Students can share a copy, so that's every single person edits the same copy.
Okay.
And that means they edit your original. It doesn't make a copy first. So if you do that, I recommend making a copy on your end first so that you have like my clean original, and then maybe you make, if you're secondary, maybe it's like period 1 copy, period 2 copy, period 3 copy. That way not every single one of your students is editing the same version. Or you can just give it to them where they can view it. Okay. So I'm going to do it this way, and then you just click assign. But there is one other really cool feature in Cami that I love. So you notice this feature restrictions button up here? So if you click here, you can actually select which tools your kids see and which tools they do not. So if I show you over here, there's all of these, select all the way down to signature. But if I turn off all of them, so they can do nothing, but I want it to read to them, and I want them to mark up, and I want them to comment, but I only want to see video comments. I don't want my kids to just sneakily put in a text comment. I don't even want it to be an option. I can click OK, and then I can click assign. And then once it loads, when my kids open that, they're only going to see those, I don't remember the number, 4 or 5 tool options on the side. They're not going to see everything.
Oh, okay. The students will open from the Google Classroom, right? Oh, okay, got it.
And that feature restrictions option, I don't think is in the regular, like, create an assignment in Google Classroom. I think that's only if you do a Cami assignment, which I think that tool is super awesome.
Me too. Me too.
And I just want to show you guys what it looks like so you can see that there really are only those couple tools there.
Oh, wow.
Now, when you send Cam, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So go ahead.
When you send Cami instructions to students, will those instructions be tailored, or are they just generic for using Cami? Okay.
They're generic for using Cami. Yeah, they're made by Cami, and it's essentially like, here's how you open a document. Here's the tools on the side. When you're done, click turn in.
So if some of those tools aren't there, then they just don't be, I can just tell them, don't be concerned that some of the tools aren't there. Just follow the directions for the tools that are there or something like that.
Yes.
Got it.
That
Thank you
is
so much.
what I was looking for. You are welcome.
That's great.
Yep.
When I opened it, though, all my tools were still there. So I'm curious, if you guys go in and open it, do you see the tool? Maybe because I'm the teacher, it shows everything.
Oh, maybe.
That seems weird, though.
I have a question. You know how, like, okay, with Flipgrid, you know, they can take a video and then send it to you. Because I just had an assignment with that. And with Seesaw, they have the option of like recording themselves with the microphone and all that. Okay, does Cami have any of that?
Yes, Cami does. Cami has all of that.
All of it?
All
Wonderful.
of it. So I'll have to get back to you on why the tools are still there. They should not be. So I got to look.
Jesse, really quick, I just opened it through my Google Classroom, and there are only the text-to-speech, the markup, and comments. So it is working. Good. I think just because you're the teacher, you see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dr. Chan. I was like, no, Jimmy, don't fail me. Okay, so if we're looking at comments, so as long as you have these all as an option when you assign it, your kids can do a text comment, right? They can do a voice comment. So notice down here at the bottom, it says click or select text anywhere on the page to make an audio comment. So if I want to comment on this word, it should automatically, let's see. Hello, there we go. It should automatically open the voice box, and it'll start recording what you're saying right away. There is no like start button. When you're done, click stop. And now your kids can go back and they can listen to this regarding this text box.
Wow. Great.
If you wanted to do a video, It's the same thing. So click anywhere to start the video. And same thing, it starts right away. There is no start. So when you click, you got to be ready because it's recording my face, my voice. I click done. Okay, so now there's this little video of myself. And then the part that I think is the coolest in Cami, because this is essentially what Flipgrid does. It'll take a picture of yourself. And I think they might have a screen capture feature now, but Cami does too. So click anywhere to start. And notice it's going to ask me which screen do I want to record, because I have two. So I'm going to tell it, let's take this one. And now what I can do, which I think is super neat, is I can take my drawing tool and I can actually do work and I can explain this to my students. So if we're doing Punnett squares, okay guys, this is how you would set it up. You would put big A, little a, little a, little a, and I can actually like show them and walk them through as if we were doing live, like in-person instruction. And say done. And now there's a picture of my face, there's a picture of my screen, and there's my voice walking them through how to do each assignment. And then because this is super tiny, if you click this button, it'll make it take up your full screen. And you probably can't hear this because I have headphones in, but my video is playing back, and then my kids can see what we're doing. So that was text comment up here, voice right here, video, or screen capture. And remember, to do a screen capture, you do need that extension. It's linked into the slideshow earlier on, and I think Dr. Chan put it in the chat a little bit earlier. So you do need one extra step if you want to do the screen capture piece. Okay, I did want to share with you guys a couple more tips and tricks. So like with a Google document that a student does through Classroom, they cannot edit after they click turned in. However, they can unsubmit work on it, and then resubmit it. But you're able to see that. So I go to this one. If I click see history, I can see that it was assigned on December 1st. It was turned in on the 8th. It's unsubmitted on the 10th. And then draft grade. So I, as the teacher, went in and gave them feedback, even though it wasn't turned in. So I gave it a grade on December 10th. Okay, so this kind of shows you when it was assigned, turned in, and oh, my kid unsubmitted it. So they took it back, worked on it, and resubmitted. If it's something like a test, you might see that and go, hey, Jesse, what were you doing? You weren't supposed to unsubmit that. So it doesn't stop the kids, but it'll give you notification that they did unsubmit it. And then if you wanted to see more details, so see, when did my students work on this? Did they do it all in 5 seconds and just copy it from the internet? What you can do is you can click over here on the left where it says toggle sidebar. And when it pulls up a thumbnail. And if there were multiple pages, it would show you page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, just like a preview. But since it's a one-page document, it just shows this one page and has a number 28. That means there were 28 changes made to this page. And if I click on the speech bubble, it'll tell me who did what annotation on what day, or in this case, because it was so long ago, it just says 3 months ago. So notice JG, that's me. I made some comment on page 1 3 months ago. I did a text box 3 months ago. I did a shape 3 months ago. I did another shape 3 months ago. I did another shape 3 months ago. And as I click through, if you pay attention over here, notice you can see stuff highlight. It'll actually show you which one. So notice like this little box and this box, they keep highlighting. That's the change that I made on that page 3 months ago. If you come down to my students, it'll actually show you Like this one was that little mark right there. Let's see, this one was that mark. So you can see who did what when. And again, that was, let's see. We started with it like this. That was toggle sidebar. And then speech bubble for annotation summary.
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Okay, and the previous example, okay, the last time that it was submitted and the teacher looked at it was like December 10th, I believe. Okay, after December 10th, if you, the teacher, gave a grade or, said, such and such word needs to be changed, it's not in the, whatever, it's not in the right conjugation or whatever, does the student have an opportunity to redo the assignment and turn it back, submit it again, or no?
Yeah, so at that point, they would unsubmit the work, and then they would resubmit.
Even though they did it before? It doesn't matter?
No, they could still unsubmit, make the change, and resubmit it to you.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so we looked at kind of the brief summary, right? Like when it was submitted, when it was unsubmitted. We looked at the detailed history. So that was toggle sidebar and then annotation summary. And then a couple things on the teacher end. So your students can collaborate in real time. If you're interested in having them do that, they would come up to the share icon and then change their settings to match this. And then with the link can edit. They then copy this and send that to their classmates. So I don't know, maybe they send it via email or they put it on a shared document and then they just are paired up already. Maybe you have 2 columns and it's, person A, person B, and they just swap links that way. But as long as they have it set to anyone can edit, they're able to collaborate in real time. They can add all the same things: comments, text box, drawings, video comments, screen captions, etc. So if you wanted students to work together, they can. This is my very sad example, but I opened up 2 different accounts. I shared it with each other. I did a little smiley face, sent it to myself essentially in another account, did a star, and then went back and left feedback. Jessie said, great work. And ILA teacher 1 said, oh, that's kind of sloppy. So that was all, I think, within less than 5 minutes of each other. Feature restrictions, we already went over that. Just if you wanted your students to see some or all tools, you can change it that way. For split and merge, so this is what I was talking about earlier when we said PDFs can be customized. So this one does take a few minutes, but I would like to show you. We might not get through the whole processing piece, but I'd love to show you at least how you get there and what it looks like. So if you'll go back to, actually, I think I just want blank Cami. So click the circle with the K.
Jessie, we have a question really quick too. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
The living and non-living doc that you made in Cami, was that built in Cami or was that something you took a screen capture and put in?
So I borrowed the PDF from something I found online. I just did a Google search for like an elementary science document. I uploaded it into Cami, and then what I did is I actually went and I put my own shapes over their directions. So I know this is the student version, but if you erase my comments, so this is what it looked like before. It had name, class, and these were directions. Determine if the following are living or not living. I thought, I can do better than that. So I just added a white box over it and then wrote my own instructions. So yes, in Cami, but I also didn't make all of this from scratch. I just uploaded a PDF and then edited.
Perfect, thank you. That's a great starting point, I think. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so if we're on kind of the Cami homepage, up here at the top, they're super tiny, but you have 2 options, OCR and split and merge. So OCR is a way to get scanned PDFs editable. So OCR is optical character recognition. And it's essentially, if I scanned, I don't even have a good example right here. If I scanned this, so this is my, well, actually it's my monthly budget. If I scan this, it would just think it's one picture. It's just one flat image. There's no words on it. There's nothing. If I run OCR, it actually will run through and it'll look at every single character and make it editable. So now it can be read via the text-to-speech tool, and I can highlight individual words. Whereas if it just looks at it like a picture like this, it doesn't see that there are words here. It would not know how to read this, and I couldn't highlight the word monthly. What I'd have to do is put a box highlighter around that word and just call it good enough. So OCR takes quite a little bit, but what you would do is you would either click here to get a document from Drive. So let's say last year you scanned a page out of your textbook. You could go in, you could find that page, put it in here, and then run it. Now your pages are readable. The other tool is called Split and Merge. And what this one does is it lets you customize what your PDF actually contains. So I'm going to come in here. I already have these pulled up. Dr. Chan and I took a class in December that was all about Python. So these are my little sample documents. So here are the two files I want to work on. So I'm going to click Next. And I just drag those from my desktop. So those were already saved to my computer. Hey, buddy. What I can do here is I can take Python Lab 4 page 1 and put it down here. And then let's say I want to look at Python Lab 5 page 1. And I can put that right here. And I can say export. So now instead of having whatever this was, 10 pages, more than 10 pages, I just pulled out these two. Maybe I just want them to preview the work. I can put that here, click export, download files, or open in Cami or Google Drive, whatever you prefer. Yeah. Download. And now I have a 2-page PDF. It's just a preview of the assignment. So instead of having your students go, okay, just look at page 1 and then fast forward and look at page 7, now you've cut those out completely. They just see these two. Okay, so now from here, if you wanted to edit, you could put, open it in Cami, put a box over it, add your writing, add a shape, add a voice comment, whatever you needed to. But that way you're able to edit the PDF.
Can you think of this as a snipping tool, sort of?
Sort of, yes. It's like a really rough snipping tool. So you can take individual pages. You cannot take pieces of pages. That's the only problem.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we kind of looked at OCR real quick. So with 10 minutes left, Dr. Chen, do you think it's appropriate to start this and then we'll just take questions after? I just don't want to run out of time for attendance and feedback. What do you think?
I think that's okay, definitely.
Okay. So as you guys know, we signed up through KickUp. So the same thing is going to be to kind of confirm your attendance here. If you'll go to pulse.kickup.co, and if you have the slides open, you can click on this. That red thing is a button. And then you're going to click on the green button that says confirm attendance. And then you're going to need the following code. And I think Dr. Chan's going to put it in chat also. 8TST9M. And that's just how you'll do attendance. And then after attendance, there is an option for adding feedback. It's a little bit longer of a feedback form. That's why I wanted to give you guys ample time. If you don't finish it, that's okay. It will remind you. It'll email you and say, hey, you attended this session. If you don't mind, please finish your feedback. But I know I look at it and I try to improve every session I do. So I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see. So when you get there, here is the code 8 TF29M. Oh, sorry, Dr. Chan. I rolled up on the chat and I didn't see that you already put it in there. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Attendance code? What is the attendance code?
In the chat for our meet, but if you have it open, it's 8TF.
8.
8, the number 8.
Okay.
TF.
TF.
Yes, TF T9M.
T9M. Okay. Yep. I already confirmed.
Perfect. Yep. And there should be a button for add your feedback.
Okay.
And then while you guys are doing feedback, if you have any questions, I'm here until 9. I do have a meeting that starts at 9, so I'll have to go right when 9 o'clock hits. But there is feedback hours. Oh my goodness, Jesse, it's too early. Office hours linked into the slides. There's email. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Dr. Cami.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, my boss just texted and he said he's still in another meeting running late. If you guys have questions, I can hang out and answer until he says he's ready. Julie, have you had things on creating documents for Cami? No, but I'm happy to go over it with you. If you want to do one-on-one or bring a team and do office hours, we can look at how to make stuff. Did you have something specific in mind, Julie?
Let me just unmute. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
I turned my camera on because I look really bad.
You're good. And I can't see you. I don't have my right now anyway. So
Nobody needs to see this right now.
I hear you. I've been there.
So I've tried it a couple times and it's and it didn't work too great when I did it. So I've been gun shy about doing it. So like if you have I guess it's 2 different questions. Let's say if I create a Google Doc and then assign it as Cami in Google Classroom, and then the kids open it up and then they have to click and put like text boxes themselves then in that instance, right? Okay.
Yep.
And then if you create a document like in Cami, that's different then. Aren't you already kind of putting the text boxes there already, like a low overlay? You know what I mean? And then they just click on it and it's already there. Like when I sign my attendance, the little text box thingy's already there. I don't know.
From what I've done in Cami, you're not able to edit others' annotations. Okay. And that's as like, from me to Dr. Chan, if we're sharing a document in Cami, I can't edit her stuff. So what you would want to do is probably do some, oh wait, I have one of these open already. Do something probably like this. Go. Okay. Okay, so let's say you were doing, right, and then in theory, you're saying a student should be able to come in and just click right here and type their name.
Right.
I don't think that's how Cami works. I think Cami says, okay, Jesse did this one. So then as a student, I would have to click text box and then put one right here essentially and put my name.
And then when you scanned a document and you did the OCR, and then could you same thing, you could assign that as a Cami doc, and then the same thing, the kids would have to insert the text boxes or do highlighter or whatever and all that. Okay, so it's kind of like an overlay then of the PDF. It has to be a PDF, right?
It can be PDF. I believe JPEG, PNG, and I think there's one more, but I can't remember the file type. But it's PDF and images.
Okay.
Are what they support so far.
It works on all Google Docs. Like, could they do this with? Is it just? I guess. What am I trying to say? I get like Google Draw. Sometimes we do Google Draw, but it wouldn't really work. No, that wouldn't work because that's a different platform or different. Okay, I get what I'm answering my own question. That wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Because it has its own tools.
Yeah, because it's its own tool. You can download it as a PDF. So I've seen people take, like, okay, use your imagination for a second, but pretend this was, instead of this being my presentation, what if this was my weekly history journal? And page one, it was, history, student's name, whatever unit we're studying. Page 2 was, your objectives. Page 3 was a map. Okay, I want you to color in California. You could download this as a PDF, and then you could assign it through Classroom, like I did here, but you would click the PDF of your slides. Now when kids open their slides, they can edit, they can add their name, they can circle what objective they're working on, they can color in the map of California, they can, add a voice comment about, I don't know, why they pick the color red for California instead of blue, or, whatever you're asking them to do. So yes, you can use it with other tools, just there's one additional step of downloading it as a PDF first.
Okay. Yeah, because I was messing around with, you could, if you created a drawing, you could snip it, right? And use it like a JPEG, like a image, and then insert the image into a doc and then Cami over that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have to, like I said, I get a gun shy using this, because when I did, the kids like, oh, it didn't open right, and I don't understand, and it says this, and I'm like, I can't see what you're doing. I don't know.
And if you want, I'm more than happy to be a pretend student. If you want to come into office hours, I can join your classroom, and then I can sit there and I can show you exactly what it looks like, exactly what they see.
Okay. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that if that would help.
Yeah, I'll ask because I know some of my friends are, you've probably met most of them, teacher friends.
Yeah.
They do it, but they don't, I think they keep it pretty simple. But I wanted them to color a periodic table. We were talking about properties and things like that. So I started it, and then I was like, oh, I don't, I found a periodic table and I snipped it and I put it into a doc, and then I got scared. I'm like, well, I don't really know. I think I'll have I'm ask some nice kids to test it out for me and see, because usually I ask the kids, how do you do that? And they teach me something probably once a week.
Right. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like it, like I should know. But as far as doing something, that I really want them, to do, I get a little gun shy on it because I had some problems with it. So,
right.
Okay. Excuse me.
You're all good. So that's all I have for content. Like I said, I'm going to stick around until my boss says, hey, I need you. But if you guys want to jump in and ask questions or, schedule office hours, anything like that, I'm here to help out. Please just let me know what you guys need.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jesse, I think this is great again.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I will continue. And if I have any questions, I'll just jump in on office hours.
Okay, perfect.
And ask. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks to all of you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
And Maria,
I was actually filling out the feedback form.
Okay.
And yeah, if you, that's one thing that I put down, that if you can get back to me whenever you can, it doesn't have to be right now or anything, like it doesn't have to be now. Whenever you can, just let me know. And I love that, you know, since I'm new to all this, actually, I'm new to the you know, to virtual world here. I didn't teach at, like, as soon as COVID hit, I was, you know, sent home, and then I was doing a little at Google Classroom, but it wasn't really implemented as much. And now I was just hired in December, and then we were on break, and, you know, so I've only really been with you for 2 months now, you know.
Okay, well, please reach out, ask us questions. We're here to support.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you both for your time. Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You do too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.